Hello everyone. As many of you know, we have been getting a lot more information on the upcoming 1.4 update. From the added W engines to our long-eared friend, there's lots to be excited about. But this update also brings the largest meta shift to date, individual ultimates. Let's discuss what shakeups this will bring to units with fantastic ults like Bernice, but also outside of the world of Anomaly for units, such as Zhu Yuan and Ellen, since majority of people are already excited for the massive benefits to Anomaly teams. But before I get started with the video, I'd like to mention to everyone watching that there is a big project that my friend is working on. Even though I helped him with it in a small portion, if you'd like to calculate your own teams and even see funky calculations with weird formations, you should join the Discord link for the ZZZ matrix, which will be added in the pinned comments. Also, I'd like to give my thanks to New Irido Department Store, or NETS for short, for helping me out with this video. Discord link will be also added in the pinned comments. And also hopefully I'd get some people to join my server as well. So without further ado, let's get started. Before we talk about how the ult changes will affect the meta, let's talk about what the changes are. To start simply, this new update brings on the table the ability for squad members in your team to be able to use their ultimates, all of them having individual decibel bars and a new decibel gain stat. But to stop this change from being too broken, Hoyo amped up enemies' max days and health, both increasing for nearly all enemies by 20%. Moving into a detailed breakdown, first and foremost, the ultimate and the disciple points. In order now for you to gain your ultimate, you'll be required to generate them with the active unit. The active character is going to generate disciple points. These disciple points are then converted into your ultimate bar and to your allies. The points the active character gain are 100% of the points from the attack, then multiplied by their disciple gain stat being 1.285. The other two agents in your squad that did not generate the disciple themselves get half of the points the active character gained. In other words, if we want to grasp what these changes will alter, we got a significant buff for characters that on field for long periods of time such as Jane and Ellen, while characters that spend significantly less time active could potentially get seriously damaged, from this system at least, such as Zhu Yuan. But since we want to learn and not feel like we're chained by these changes, we need to look at each character we have in game and see what each playstyle offers so we can easily tell if it's worth using the ultimates at least by reading the description alone. When you use a support's ultimate, the squad will gain 10 energy and instantly trigger a quick assist or quick time event. Furthermore, when you switch to the next character, they will gain 20 additional energy for free, while if you use the stunner, you'll be dealing more days damage to the enemy, making sure that you're going to gain more value with damage. Keep this in mind though, Lycon and Shini have uniquely high stun multipliers, with both being able to abuse them very well. Just be sure to get your Shini's subjugation stats via her basic attacks. If you use a defense agent's ultimate, you'll gain 3 assist points if you use Seth and Ben. However, with Caesar, your day's output is increased against shielded enemies. Attack agents affect based on their kit they use. For example, Zhu Yuan has 3 shotgun shells that are instantly recovered, while Soldier 11 gains automatic fire suppression for 8 attacks, or they can be simple nukes such as Ellen Ultimate. And on to the start of the show. With the new changes, we can easily tell that Anomaly agents are the biggest winners beyond any other playstyle. Due to the fact that often multiple units with relevant damage, some Anomaly units also let you skip certain attack patterns. For example, Yanagi can skip the first 2 attack strings and immediately go third hit instead. Of special note is Bernice and Jane. Jane gained max passion stream instantly upon using her ultimate key for busting down enemies in a stun. And Bernice, even when she is not the active character, when Afterburn triggers Anomaly, she is treated as the active character for the disciple points gained because she has ownership of the Anomaly trigger. A smaller topic is how this will affect how many disciple chains will generate. Disciple generation on chain ranges from mid to high 160s such and Nicole, Yanagi and Zhu Yuan to the 210s. With units such as Sukaku and Ellen, because of the 1.285 multiplier, units with already high disciple generation such as Ellen have a significantly easier time getting disciple than they even did previously, while units with much worse generation like Zhu Yuan get a much lesser increase relatively speaking. A practical example is Sukaku and Ellen chain versus Nicole and Zhu Yuan chain. Ellen and Sukaku generate from the chain alone 410 decibels, while Zhu Yuan and Nicole in comparison only generate 328 from chain, an over 70 points difference. The focus here isn't really attack nor anomaly, but rather the three other types that majority of the players are going to be forced to use. Defense agents don't have anything nice to offer due to how easy assist points are to gain, other than Caesar, who can increase the day's damage on shielded enemies, while supports provide you with energy, potentially seeing use for enabling a chance to use an additional EX on your DPS during a stun window. Stunners with access to their ults can burst down the day's meter with their ults when you need to stun very fast. So moving forward, we can tell what direction Hoyo is looking to take in the game. With the new changes, stunners should now be able to quickly do back-to-back stun rotations, right? You'd be correct, except with the substantial increase to the day's meter on enemies, stunning them twice is possible. However, it might be better to use your ult to access your first stun faster than finishing for back-to-back stuns. Using Shini as an example, we can use Shini's ult on fresh out of stun and see that the enemy's days bar is back to normal and just got out of a stun. Once we ultimate with her, we can see the days meter reach 43% of it. Post 1.4, we can expect this to be around 10 to 15% less, giving great window to set up Shini's subjugation stack while stunning incredibly fast. But my concerns are majority of the time headed towards Zhu Yuan. With these changes, a lot of people including myself are concerned about her. The only DPS agent that doesn't need to spend significant time on field until the stunner gets the job done, and for the enemy to be stunned to deal the maximum amount of damage with it, which is concerning given the nature of the change so far. However, with these changes, and at least with the updates we're getting, it does seem like Zhu Yuan may not be completely devastated. From the explanation alone, the disciple point that you gain is 1.285, which means you'll go from generating 200 to 257 points. With the same attack. If we look at it in a way that Hoyo at the moment is approaching these ult changes, Zhu Yuan may have serious issues competing with other DPSs who interact far better with these changes, because an agent that requires field time while the enemy is stunned is going to have majority of her disciple points being generated by other agents, which are all penalized by 50%. However, we will have to wait to playtest, because even if her ult generation is significantly worse than the rest of the cast, if she can still get in stun window, she may be okay, but if she cannot, this is a crippling nerf to her performance. But it's not all doom and gloom. In case you're wondering what could be the damage increase from the ult changes for teams that can abuse it, here's a calculation with Bernice against both non-stunned and stunned enemies with an ult on Bernice only. And here's a version with Bernice, Yanagi and Caesar using their ultimates. Pretty cool stuff if I have to be honest, but overall these changes are not something I'm looking forward to personally. New unit favoritism has always existed in Hoyo games, and they've been around for a while. Look at Genshin Abyss. With each unit that they release, they make the Abyss Blessing favorite for that agent, plus whoever is on the banner after the agent. But these changes favoring newer teams significantly more is inherently concerning for such a major system change rather than just a buff in a rotating game mode. All in all, I don't think these changes are bad, I just feel like Hoyo is taking a step that might be scary for the game future. And scary for its players actually, because as I've mentioned earlier, from Jane Doe to Miyabi, we haven't still seen one A rank agent that can act as an off-field anomaly agent to help Yanagi for example, without some serious concessions. So we will be forced to play premium squads, or have a notably worse gameplay experience until we get a much wider pool of A rank options. That alongside how cleanly the change favors the new anomaly units, all we can do is hold our breath and hope Hoyoverse is cooking perfectly, or they're gonna end up burning the whole kitchen down. But until the next update and we get more information, I'll be updating you, but we have reached the end. Hopefully I've earned your subscription today. If I didn't, let me know in the comment section below if I said anything wrong or forgot to mention something important from these new changes. And let me remind you again that the project link to the Discord will be pinned in the comment section. See you in the next one.